And tonight with us here in the studio, we're very honored and fortunate to have Mr. Paul Whitworth. Welcome, Paul. It's nice to have you here.
It's nice to be here.
Artistic director of Shakespeare Santa Cruz. Do they have Shakespearean comic books? You think?
Yeah, they do. They
Probably.
have comic strips of Shakespeare plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Are there like Shakespearean superheroes?
Well, they've inspired them.
I mean, besides you.
Yeah, no, they have comic strip. All the plays are on comic strips now. Yeah.
Where can you get them? In Atlantis? What are you looking at me like that?
Totally confused.
What? We're talking about comic books. We were at Atlantis Fantasy World,
right.
And Paul it works with Shakespeare Santa Cruz.
Oh,
it's
now,
a Shakespearean theater company.
Oh,
so I was making a little segue there.
all right, thanks.
Paul, this is Jeff. He's
Hi,
my
Paul.
co-host.
Hi, Jeff.
He's a little slow, but he's cute.
I'll just be sitting here while you guys talk.
I like the sewing bit.
Thank you.
Yeah. And the lip work was good too.
Did that count as an audition?
Well, it's that
Okay,
could-
great. That's about as all I can do right there.
That was good.
Would you?
The lips were
Would
good.
you have kissed me to break the spell? Be honest.
Oh, how could I have resisted?
With this hairdo?
Yeah, I had a haircut today.
Really?
You got your haircut today?
I did. Yeah.
Looks spectacular.
From Jakey Hicks, who does the wigs in Sleeping Beauty.
You know, my person who's been cutting my hair of late, which started at a drunken 3 o'clock in the morning, I want to cut your hair, and I said okay. Is doing wigs at Shakespeare, and her name is Jessica.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and she's been doing my hair, which is very challenging. My hair.
It's mine's
Because
more
I
challenging,
don't sit
I tell you.
still,
Yeah.
so that's part of the
yeah.
problem.
So, Paul, tell us about tell us about your play.
Oh, right.
You mean
There's a
to
play
get off the
going
subject
on.
of hair and onto the play?
We can talk about it if you want.
No, it's.
So you're doing hair.
I thought of doing hair last season, but we didn't do hair last
Really?
season. We're doing Sleeping Beauty this season.
Right. And so this is, the fourth, fifth holiday show you've done? You started the holiday series, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. I started the holiday series, I think, in 1990, maybe seven, with Wind in the Willows. We did that twice. We did Cinderella twice after that. We've done 4 of these pantos, sort.
Right. Can you tell us what a panto is, for those who are watching who don't know?
No two people in the world agree about what a panto is, but basically it's something that anybody in England will have an opinion about what a panto is, because they're the sort of bread and butter of winter holiday Christmas shows in England. Most theatres do one. And they are a fairy tale that is done in a kind of eccentric way. It's a sort of cross between a musical and a fairy tale. And in England there are certain traditions that have grown up over several hundred years, and one of them is that the leading lady is always played by a man. When I say the leading lady, the leading older lady, not Sleeping Beauty.
Okay.
So in this case, the Wicked Witch, Belladonna, is played by Joseph Ribeiro, who it was the same kind of character in Cinderella, Mrs. Bad and Rotten, and the Wicked Stepmother in Gretel and Hansel.
Right.
Yeah.
So the English tradition is for that character to be played?
Well, yeah. Ian McKellen has been playing recently Widow Twankey in Aladdin at the Old Vic, their panto.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
For the last 2 years. And it's always a really starring role for a leading man to put a frock on and be...
Kind of steal the show that way, right?
Yeah, it's a very show-stealing thing. And sometimes in Victorian pantomimes, the leading man, the Prince Charming role, was played by a woman. Which is a good way of, showing thighs off in tights and things.
Right.
But actually our leading man is played by a man this time.
How unorthodox.
It's very cutting edge.
Yeah. Well, great. So this one is Sleeping Beauty, and these are written by who? These shows have been put together by you. This and the relevant.
Well, I decided that I thought years ago, I thought I would love to introduce. I thought Santa Cruz was ready for the pantomime.
Right.
And it's been a form of theatre that I love because it's anarchic, it's funny, but it's moving. It's always true to a fairy tale, or good ones are. And it is, it sounds kind of pompous and boring to say so, but it actually is a very good introduction to the theatre, and it's a very good introduction to actually a very Shakespearean form of theatre, because it's funny and sad at the same time, moving. its mood swings. It has songs. It has serious bits. It mixes comedy and tragedy. It mixes kind of gender roles. It has no fourth wall. Characters talk directly to the audience, like Hamlet does, in an effortless kind of way, which appeals to all ages. It's a wonderful introduction to what the theatre can do. So I decided that we should do that. So I took Kate Hawley to England, and we looked at a lot of commercial pantomimes in England, and we kind of hated them. So we decided that we could do better. So Kate's a wonderful writer, and she sat down and wrote Cinderella, which I think it's the best script of Cinderella that I know. It's wonderful. And I've seen some good Cinderellas done in the theatre in England. This is a brilliant Cinderella. And then we moved on to Gretel and Hansel, then The Princess and the Pea, and our fourth, and the one that's currently running, is Sleeping Beauty.
Great. And so who was Kate? Was she part of the company already?
Kate was actually in the very first season of Shakespeare's CRuz in 1982.
Really?
Yeah.
And so the two of you together collaborated, created these shows, and then you also had to have a composer, right? It's original music?
It's original music. And Cinderella was composed by Greg Coffin, who'd written a lot of scores for the Shakespeare shows during the summer. And he actually recently did Engaged, that I directed a couple of years ago. We've worked together many, many times. He's written wonderful music for the festival here over the summer. Our second one, Gretel and Hansel, was composed by Craig Baumler, who he does that show up in the Bay Area. What's the one about Ansel Adams, I think. Is it Ansel Adams? No, maybe not. Enter the Guardsman, he does. Do you know Enter the Guardsman has a huge national success with Enter the Guardsman?
Well, then, no, I don't know it.
Craig Baumler, very well-known composer. And this one is by Adam Wernick. And he did Princess and the Pea too. Great. So he's done two of the pantos, and it's wonderful music.
Very good.